It is the most unbearable loneliness to be married unhappily.
And I really just find that attitude...
People think it's the flames that make hell unbearable.
Is unbearable.
Entropy. How was that?
Unbearable, simply jigging with hisses. Of course, one sees them everywhere.
When did you start feeling so sorry for yourself? It's unbearable.
The injustice was unbearable.
This whole journey would have been unbearable.
The delay creates almost unbearable pressure on our
His crime. Tim Messenger's tenure as editor of the Sanford Citizen has been unbearable.
I'll be very lonely without you.
You have a wife.
It is the most unbearable loneliness to be married unhappily.
This comes at me from nowhere. Nowhere.
Oh, that was pretty good. It's just incredible. And I really just find that attitude unbearable because I really do think the theater can...
People think it's the flames that make hell unbearable. It's not.
Losing you is unbearable.
I will have Obi-Wan report to you immediately, my lady.
We were in Saint-Tropez. How was that?
Unbearable, simply jigging with hisses. Of course, one sees them everywhere these days. Hello.
Hello. Would you like some food?
When did you start feeling so sorry for yourself? It's unbearable. What? So you think we might have put a few people out of business?
90 days. The injustice was unbearable. First Denny lost Eve, and now he would be...
One might almost say unbearable. The only way of...
Yes, madam. If you hadn't been along, this whole journey would have been unbearable.
But that's not Professor Lindenbrook's feeling.
No, sir. Further delay creates almost unbearable pressure on our security. We can't let the Germans sense we're only making a feint at Calais.
Right. And what about Tim Messenger? What was his crime? Tim Messenger's tenure as editor of the Sanford Citizen has been unbearable.
Our once great paper had become brittle.
The despotism of Porfirio Diaz is unbearable. For more than 34 years, he's ruled with the hand of a ruthless tyrant.
Would be even more unbearable.
World. How it's just a painful memory.
Unbearably painful.
I understand.
But without love, it is unbearable.
Y ataca el bien común de la nación cuando se vuelve insoportable y cierra todos los canales de comunicación. Cuando esto ocurre, la iglesia habla.
It was unbearable. The whole thing.
Oh, there's only one petty cream, isn't there?
Everyone makes such an absurd fuss over her. She's simply unbearable.
She's got the worst manners of any girl I know.
She's cold, conceited.
That she is.
Don't you find her tedious?
Unbearably tedious.
Does she wear her hair?
For women. But behind the smiles and behind the handshakes, you can feel the atmosphere so heavy with tension, it's almost unbearable. Everybody who is anybody is here.
Kill them both. Matricide is probably the most unbearable crime of all. Most unbearable to the son.
Behind every successful woman, there is...
Shut up, Godfrey. Your cliches are unbearable.
Just a few close friends, which you are absolutely too.
It's a privilege to be among them.
You're unbearably naive.
Well...
1 year, worst 2 weeks I ever had in my life. The smell from the back seat was to unbearable. I mean, of families.
I knew that smell.
I know that.
Consonants. Life is unbearable.
So we meet again.
It's torture.
No. We kill them before they're through. As soon as it gets unbearable, we kill them. Dead.
Conscious that your bones are unbearably soft and your life is so fragile it could disappear at any moment.
Prearranged gestures at that window, and your wife would be subjected to the most unbearable torture. You would probably find that she would never...
Distance. In unbearable heat, we are building the first city of the new world. I brought the plans of a flower.
father is pressing for an early ordination, while my own inclination is to the scarlet of...
Last night of the year 1761, in my unbearable agony, denounce the Evremonds.
A bearing rein is well named, for it is unbearable. It makes no sense, and nonsense can...
I'm afraid it would be quite unbearable for me to read it myself.
This kiss, one can only imagine what that must be like to endure. It's said to be nearly unbearable to witness, but I'll do my best.
Severus, please.
Georgian way, best way, he say.
Heat is unbearable. How do they take it?
Reverend Horrocks say, slaves like...
Damn.
That was the messiest, ickiest, most unbearably primitive experience I've ever had.
If it's all right with you...
I refuse.
Tell me the condition.
Nothing unbearable, really. Just to sit at the head of his table now and then.
There will be no grandchildren. All they ask of you is simple justice for their unbearable loss. I ask you to take a breath.
Angela sang jazz.
They sound unbearable.
I lived in a second-floor apartment near the airline once. When the window is open and the train goes by, the noise is almost unbearable. You can hardly hear yourself think.
All right, you can't hear yourself think.
Ugh, this smell is unbearable.
Stop kidding around. I want you home.
Dad?
Unpredictable. Unexpected. Uncontrollable. Unbearable. And...
What do you know? We've got to get out of here as soon as
It's
possible.
unbearably hot on the bus. We have to get back for our
Look, you can't leave us here.
What is the point in us staying?
Girl who suffered such severe trauma she can't even speak anymore and will live an unbearably bleak life if we don't connect with her. And soon. Well, we failed her.
You know, sometimes your kind heart and good nature is just unbearable.
Go get your captaincy.
Well, have you ever made love high?
Me? No. You know, if I have grass or alcohol or anything, I get unbearably wonderful. I get too wonderful for words, you know?
Well, if we did, I hope I was unbearable.
You're a local. That's awfully nice of you. My life has been simply unbearable.
Oh, well, it's all right now.
Of the hopeless act, even though it's not an act, which makes it even more unbearable. Feel free to take any of this.
We have been oppressed and degraded by black, slimy, unbearably stinking niggas.
That's enough of that kind of talk. That's exactly what they want to hear, so they can dismiss us all as a...
I can never stop loving you. Ever since I lost you, my life has been unbearable. I'm miserable. I call to you, I kiss the ground you walked on.
Somewhere, anywhere. Just to be away from the unbearable restlessness of nights after nights without sleep.
What do you want? Almost unbearable, isn't it? What?
Hate.